Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 4 large rocks I'm going to cut. Try to get them on the 6-inch. If not, I'll switch over to the 10, but I think these are flat enough I can get on the 6. So these are from Morocco. And look at this first one. It's got a real weathered face, but if you look real close, you see some really nice banding. And maybe a geode pocket. So since we already got that face, I'll cut somewhere behind that. All right. So this one's got some banding showing on that bottom ridge where it's broken here. And a more recent break here. It's got a tube in there too. Tube and banding. And a little bit of banding showing right there. All right, well, I'm probably going to cut parallel to that bottom section across here. I don't know, I usually do that and you get a good pattern, but it's wide open. I might get a tighter pattern if I cut across this way through this thicker part. Maybe just outside of that little window, like right above it, put my finger. Oh, there's a little bit of a break right there. We'll have to go through that window and on that side of that window. Okay, well, I'll figure it out when I get out there, but I'll either cut it that way or cut it parallel. One of the two. All right, next up, smaller out of these. Again, I got a nice window here showing some banded agate. And a nice window here showing some banded agate. So, I'm going to try to cut it parallel to those two big open windows, just on this side of that little window. And that side of this window. If I can pull that off. Otherwise, if I hit one of these, I guess, so be it. All right, last one up. So, again, huge nodule, but real flat. Got a really nice pattern showing on that end, and on that end, I got some nice chalcedony showing, and what looks like the beginning of some banding. And that break looks like it goes all the way to here, but this might be chipped. So maybe I'll just cut him a long way from here to here, like across this section. All right, let's get them on the saw, get them cut, and we'll see what's on the inside. Be right back. All right, back from the saw. Let's see how we did. I'm gonna start with this first one here where it looked like it had some white banding around, possibly some red bands in the center, both on that end and that end. Cut it down the middle. Let's see. All right, well, got a little bit of a fracture right there. It looks like it's about that deep. You can see where it goes. That's different. Well, maybe I can polish this side, dome it, and get rid of that and that as flaws. Don't see any fractures other than that. And then this chip right here. Well, I guess there's a fracture up here. Well, it's not what I was hoping for, but it's still pretty nice. See the other side. I can see that fracture a lot more on this side. Definitely a lot deeper over here. And then it goes this way too. So if I were to try to cut a slab off of that, that'd probably break. So if I want to do anything with this, I'll have to face polish it and live with that fracture. All right, definitely doable, a polish on these. Okay, next up. So this one, I wasn't sure, do I cut it parallel to that bottom? Like that way? Or down the middle and try to miss that little window? Well, unfortunately, I did I did decide to cut it this way, but I didn't want it to be too far off to the side, and it went right through that window. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Let's see. No, it didn't matter at all. The pattern is definitely down below. All right, that's just from a bad cut. I can clean that up. It's got some shadow banding going on in it. Some of this yellow area is kind of undercut. It's real soft looking. Nice shadow bands in the white banding though. All right, other than that weird cut on with the saw blade, because of how thick this was, I think that's pretty perfect. So that is a good candidate for a face polish. Let's look at the other side. Again, saw blade stuff. That'll come out. I like that. Right there on the edge. It's like tubes or something that was pushing down into it. And the bands went around it. Okay, I can see a slight yellow indicator of possible healed fractures, and I see a couple over here. So they're probably on this side too, and they're just not as noticeable. But I think once this is polished, you won't be able to see those that bad. But the shadow banding's really nice on that. So yeah, all right. These will get face polished at some point for sure. All right, the two big ones left. Okay, so this one had this showing, and this one had that showing. Now what I'm hoping is that opens up in the middle, this banding, but I don't see it over here, so fingers crossed. All right, well, good and bad. Good news is that white banding opened up pretty nice. Bad news is there's a lot of healed fractures in this side. It's in both sides, actually. I say healed, I don't know if they're healed. Some of them are, some of them might not be. But look at that shadow banding. All right, regardless of the fractures, this has to be polished at some point. That is gorgeous. All right, very nice. Very nice. Those did not disappoint. All right, last one up. So this one had this odd banding with solid stuff in the middle, and then maybe a geode pocket. Let's see how he turned out on the inside. Wow. Okay, well, if those are fractures, they're healed. These don't look like fractures. It's like red dots. I bet it was a fracture at one point. It healed and got color in it. This one looks more like a fracture, but it looks healed as well. That is super cool. I've never seen one like this from that area. First one for me anyways. All right. These are pretty big, but eventually I'm going to get these polished for sure. Those are really nice pieces. All right. This is the last one in this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit the like or dislike button. Drop me a comment. Tell me why. If you like these videos and you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye.